how are you? Hope you all are stay home and stay safe. Hope your preparation is also going very good. So now we are working on theories of international trade. In our last lecture we had discussed Adam Smith's theory of absolute cost advantage, right? So actually our next theory is David Ricardo's theory of competitive cost advantage. But before that we have to go through limitations of Adam Smith theory. Only then we will get the importance of, or we will get an idea of the David Ricardo's theory of competitive cost advantage. So today we are going to discuss limitations of Adam Smith theory of absolute cost advantage. So let's go to our class. So first limitation is 2 into 2 into 1 model. What is this model? When we discuss the assumptions of this theory, we have studied that according to this theory, there are only 2 countries, 2 commodities and 1 cost of production, that is cost of labor. Do you remember that? This model is known as 2 into 2 into 1 model. 2 countries, 2 commodities and 1 cost of production, that is cost of labor. Okay. And this model is considered as one of the limitations of the Adam Smith theory of absolute cost advantage, because when we think practically we can understand that it's not possible for a nation to expand its trade and to meet the increasing needs of the nation by using these 2 countries, 2 commodities and 1 cost of production. In order to expand the size of the trade and to meet the increasing needs of the customers, each nation requires the participation of many countries and the involvement of many diverse products, right? So it's not a practical element in real life trade to apply this 2 into 2 into 1 model. Okay, and the 1 cost of production. We know that in a trade there are a lot of costs will incurred, like capital cost, technological cost and material cost, etc. But Adam Smith theory take into account only the cost of labor, ignoring all other significant costs. So this 2 into 2 into 1 model is not a good idea. So our next limitation is very important limitation, that is, this theory failed to explain what will do if a country has absolute advantage in all the product. It means we know that according to this theory, one country would focus on only one product on which it has absolute cost advantage, and another country will focus on another product only on which it has absolute cost advantage, right? So it fails to explain what will do or what will be the practice of trade if one country has absolute advantage in all the products. Okay. And the next limitation is this theory failed to explain what will do if a country has no absolute advantage in any product. It means Adam Smith theory only take into consideration the cases of a country having absolute advantage in their product. It failed to explain the system of trade for the countries having no absolute advantage in any product. So this is considered as one of the important limitations of this theory. And the last limitation is the theory assumed that free trade exists between the countries. It did not take into account any protectionist measures. So how the free trade will become a limitation for a trade, and what is meant by free trade? Free trade means trade without any government intervention, trade without any trade barriers like tariffs, subsidies, etc. So when the countries are entering into a free trade, the problem is that the countries will lack the protectionism. The protectionism means the policy of protecting home countries against the foreign competition by using various tariffs, subsidies, etc. So when the countries are entering into free trade, the countries will lack the protectionism, which will result in harmful growth of the countries. Okay, that is why the free trade is considered as the limitation for the trade. Okay, so these are the limitations of the Adam Smith theory of absolute cost advantage. Out of these limitations, these 2 questions, that is, what will do if a country has absolute advantage in all the products, and what will do if a country has no absolute advantage in any products. These two questions are addressed by a British political economist named David Ricardo in his theory Comparative Cost Advantage, which we will discuss in our next lecture. So in next lecture we are going to discuss David Ricardo's theory of comparative cost advantage. So guys, hope you understood today's lecture, and thank you so much, and all the very best.